Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Venusaur and how it can basically counter everything. As long as it has shields and a bit of energy, it's going to be able to take on whatever it can take on. I'm telling you, this thing can go up against fire types if it has to. And the showcase that I have for you is it taking out a full health Skarmory. Well, it's about it in like 80%. But it puts in the work here. Shadow Venusaur has always been great. I'm happy that it's being highlighted more so around everywhere right now. And it's great for my Shadow Mawile because it's just eating them up. We can get countered by it. It definitely can take us out with Frenzy Plant, but that Fire Fangs does a lot of damage. Anyways, focusing on the Venusaur here. So we're up against the Galarian Stunfisk. We've got two shields. They swap into the Wigglytuff to take us out. The Venusaur put in the work that it needed to do. They're locking themselves in here with a fairy with no shields up against my Mawile. Well, they sniped me. We're bringing in our Mawile, taking them out with Iron Head, and we're going to go ahead and Fire Fang down. I think we flex on them. I mean, it wasn't intentional. I was just like, let's just go ahead and not use any shields. So that's exactly what we do. Well, they back out before we even they realized we were just messing around with them there. All right, moving on to our next battle, folks. What are we gonna see? Leading with that Mawile, met with the Ninetales, Alolan. You gotta love it. Let's go. They're gonna be swapping into a Sableye, and we're gonna go ahead and bring in our own Sableye here. They may have one quick move of energy ahead of us. I'm pretty sure, because they did make that swap right before we did. So going for the foul play, we did shield up their first foul play here because we kind of want to maintain the swap advantage. If we can get two shields out of them, that'd be great. We're going to go ahead and let this go. We'll survive barely here because my Purified Sableye is amazing. Somebody was asking, what's the point of Purified Pokemon? Well, to get the move return potentially, or to increase your IVs by 3, and to simply get it out of Shadow form, which is going to be lowering the attack from the Shadow bonus that you initially had, but it's to kind of like for the move return, right? Or to fix the IVs, essentially. That's pretty much it. Or if you're working for that badge. So they got a Swampert in the back. Venusaur's like, I'm gonna eat good. Alright, so we're gonna go Sludge Bomb and then go for the Frenzy Plan. We're not gonna hit a single one of those bubbles, we don't need to. And taking the win with that Venusaur. Oh my goodness, folks, I've been putting it on the mat for a long time. I want you to see that this thing is amazing. And it's not like, oh, it's all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We've been seeing it. All right, next battle, another Ninetales. They just stay in there. We got a Venusaur. Oh, we got a Venusaur. So I screwed up here massively. I wouldn't say massively. I misswapped. I went into Sableye. I should have went into my own Venusaur at this point. You know what? I should have just stayed there with the Mawile, right? We got Venusaur to go up against the Charm. So why did I even swap? We could have just vamped up that Fire Fang and went to town. Let's go ahead and go return here. All right, there you go. See, that's the reason why you want it. Now, you could have Power Gem, which is also super effective to them, but return is just hitting so much harder against so many other things. So just, you know, it's a little heads up, you know, Purified Sableye is amazing. All right, so we're up against a Swampert here. Now, I do bring in my Mawile just to absorb this. We're not going to let it go down. Not my buddy, oh pal, oh friend. We just wanted them to use that energy because we could have got up in a cot or in a bait, and then it could have went Earthquake, and then it's just all bad from there. All right, let's keep it moving here. Don't worry, I got that Skarmory counter coming. I couldn't freaking believe it. All right, so we have a fantastic lead here. A good old classic lead up against the Registeel with our Mawile. Now, Focus Blast is going to be doing a lot, and I'm going to kind of preserve our health here. And that's exactly what they did go for. They didn't lower our attack. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Power Punch, see if we can get a shield. And I can believe it, but it's just so satisfying when you get a shield with Power Up Punch. Especially up against something that's not very effective and you're not vamped up. So we're going to go ahead and bring in that Venusaur. Now, when I was going up against this Skarmory, I couldn't believe it. I was just thinking, man, I bet you my opponent's just, I couldn't, in utter disbelief, getting countered down by a Venusaur. All right, or Vine Whipped and Frenzy Planted. So we're bringing in our Mawile to go up against the Sableye here. We're gonna let it go. We have no shields. We have no choice, and they're swapping into a Registeel. So we're just gonna go ahead and start throwing these power-up punches and start to really take them out here. And we're actually able to get to another Power Punch. Mawile, I'm telling you, this is my mascot, Meta Wrecker. Let's go. In comes the Sableye to do a couple of quick moves. We take them out with our Sableye. And what do they have in the back? A Trevenant. This is just perfect. And we're going to go ahead and go for that foul play. And this will definitely KO that grass and ghost type. Let's get it. Moving on to our next opponent, leading with Mawile for the entire time. Met with a Nidoqueen. Now this can be good and bad. If I fall for the bait, it's not like the end of the world. That was definitely quick, so we're going to let that go. That's definitely a Poison Fang. So it's not very effective. We are part poison, so you got to love Mawile's typing. I mean, this thing is absolutely amazing. I love it. Just wait until we get its Mega. So we take them out with an Iron Head. Can you go with Play Rough? Absolutely. I just prefer Iron Head. I'm a lot more comfortable with it. It takes less energy. I'm getting stabbed. It's a shadow. It's doing a lot of damage, so I just find it more comfortable. So we're going to go ahead and go for the return here up against their Scrafty. Unfortunately, they do shield it up. Now, what I could have done in hindsight is always could have been better in hindsight, right? Bait with the foul play and then get to the return. But hey, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And now we're just going to go ahead and let this go. And they're vamping up their attack with Power Up Punch. They are down a shield compared to our 2. Getting to the Frenzy Plant. Do they want to use their last shield on the Scrafty here? Okay, now we're in kind of an annoying position. And that is going to be we can fall for a bait. And then they can hit us with the foul play. But good thing we call the foul play here. And let's just see if we can get to the next one before. Oh, okay. I swap into the Mawile to absorb. So we're kind of trying to play around the situation. So we're going to build up extra energy because of what they do have in the back. They do have that Sableye. This is going to KO. And we are going to be able to get to the Frenzy Plant and take the win. This is Venusaur. This is my Venusaur, folks. Let's go. Oh. All right, keeping it moving here. On to our next opponent. And if you haven't hit that like button, please do so. I appreciate it quite a bit. Met with an Arachnoid. And, well, this is, I don't think I've been in this position before. Maybe I have, but I don't know, folks. So many battles. But anyways, we're here in the now. Let's see what happens. Hitting me with a Bubble Beam. So we raised our attack. They lowered our attack. They can't go for Bug Buzz. I mean, they can, but it's not very effective. Best bet is just to keep going with the Bubble Beam, of course, and lowering our attack. So they're going to be swapping, and we're going to go for a Power Up Punch here. And they're bringing in a Galarian Stunfisk. So I decided to go ahead and just stay here, seeing that I do have Venusaur, which is going to be doing a decent amount of damage to it, the Arachnoid anyway. So we shield up a Rock Slide. I'm just really vamping up this attack. Might as well take advantage. When I can, give Mawile an inch, and it will take a mile, and that's exactly what we're doing right here by Fire Fanging down this Galarian Stunfisk, hitting me with another Rock Slide. I'm hoping I can farm down without taking a Rock Slide. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Venusaur here, but unfortunately they do get to a Rock Slide, and that's extra damage that we're going to be taking with our Venusaur that we just really don't want. But that's okay. We still got our Sableye on the back, and they have a Registeel. So if you're thinking, this looks pretty tricky here, it is. Absolutely. I'm going to have to play a little finesse, and let's see what we can pull out of this situation here. Going for a Zap Cannon. We're shielding it up. Instantly swapping. Figured that they would do the same as well. Now, we've got no more shields, and they've got one left. So let's see. Okay, we got the last shield. Great. Beautiful. See, Venusaur doesn't care what type you are. Steel, fire, bug. It will still dominate. I mean, to some degree. Depends on the situation, of course. So we are luckily able to get off this foul play, which we desperately needed to do in order to do enough damage with the Venusaur combo breaker and take the win. Let's get it. Now, I do believe we may be seeing the counter video here with the Skarmory. This may be it, maybe. But anyways, we have a bad lead, which is going to be an Azumarill. So what I do in this situation with this team that I have is just go ahead and stay here. Keep throwing these Iron Heads. Do as much damage as we can. And then we'll just go in here and farm down with the Venusaur. Granted, they don't hit me with Hydro Pump. Okay, they got to play rough. So if they farm me, they could farm me down here. This is not Ice Beam. We're going to be safe with the Venusaur because they're not going to go play rough again unless they're trying to play massive mind games. So they're completely convincing me that they don't have it. But that's not the case because we farmed down. And yep, this is the one. All right, so you got that Skarmory. We immediately swapped and they're locked in here with their Medicham with our Sableye. Now this is a bad position for them to be in, just period. Now what we need to do though is get those shields, because if we don't get those shields, we're done. Obviously, easy money, and I can just kiss my butt goodbye. So we farmed them down, beautiful. And we have a bunch of energy on the Sableye, so we're going to have to get these shields. They know they just need to simply shield this up. In their mind, they're thinking, well, I don't know what they're thinking, but I would assume they're thinking, just shield up the Sableye, and we're going to be able to take the Venusaur, right? All right, folks, this is the true power of Shadow Venusaur and spammability. Okay, you combined a quick move that gains energy quick with a charge move that has stab as well as hard hitting. I mean, in a Shadow Pokemon, it's over. Plus shields, look what we're able to pull off. Getting to another one and still surviving Now, at this point, they probably had enough to go for another charge move. They were probably just trying to go for the farm down, but I still finish it with the shield. Incredible. Next battle, we're met with a shiny Registeel. I'm loving the leads with the team that we do have in the back here. They're going to be swapping into an Arachnoid, so we don't necessarily have like a hard counter. Sableye is going to be good up against Registeel for sure. But what we're going to do is, what we wanted is, yeah, we wanted them to use their energy there, and now we're going to swap. So they're not energy dry, but they use the majority of it. We take them out, they let it go. I figured they want to just come back in here with the Registeel, which is perfect. We got rid of the Arachnoid, which is not necessarily a massive threat or anything. But we're going to be able to come back in here with Mawile and maul it down with Fire Fang. They go for Zap Cannon, we survive, and we get to another Frenzy Plant. Now, they have lowered our attack, but we're still dishing out a good amount of damage here. Look at that, bringing them down pretty low. Now, can we farm them down with Mawile? I don't know. I think they got a good amount of energy, but we do have energy ourselves, so we're going to go ahead and go for that Power Punch to take them out as soon as possible. And they swapped to catch with their Cofagrigus. We bring in Sableye, they back out, we take the win, and it's a wrap right there. Moving on to our next opponent, folks. We're going to be seeing a Venusaur. There it is, there it is, there it is. Let's go. It's not Shadow, but hey, I love it. So they're going to be swapping after gaining some energy, bringing in an Obstagoon, which kind of threw me off. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Venusaur. Now I'm expecting Obstruct, and there it is. Yep. Now, yeah, it's kind of a mind game situation. You know, they go for Obstruct once, maybe twice. Maybe they might go for a Night Slash after that, and I can't take a Night Slash hit. And there it is. I take it, but barely, and then they farm me down, which is not great. Now we're up a shield, but it's not a good position to be in because the Obstagoon's defense has been raising. And, well, yeah, they're going to probably go for Obstruct here because I don't see the point of going for a Night Slash exactly. Do the damage with counter while lowering the defense with Obstruct. So we go for another Power Punch. I'm thinking they're not going to come back anywhere. Venusaur, what do you have? A Wall Rain? Great. So we swap into our Sableye here. Now I figure we have to come out of this with energy. Now they're going to spam the heck out of me. So we shield this first one up. And yeah, we let this one go here because the Venusaur has a bit of energy and we can't really risk that. So we get to the foul play here. And I think we get to the return. Yeah, we're going to return this thing out of here with the Sableye. And this is why you want return. There you go. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!